today I want to talk to you about something very important. I do have some clients that sometimes initially have this feeling, this thought process, and whenever I hear it, it hurts a little bit, because I feel very sad for people who do not have the tools, techniques and tips and the understanding to make them realize that happiness is our birthright. Every single one of us is entitled to an abundance of happiness, of joy, of bliss. All we need to do is to learn how to get there. So if we're ever in a situation where maybe some external circumstances happen and we don't necessarily feel happy in that precise moment, then at least we'll have the tools, techniques and tips to be able to figure out how to get there. And once you do, I promise you, it is the most fulfilling, most blissful, just the best feeling in the whole world. So beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Subconscious Food. Subconscious Food is all about getting you back into the driver's seat, and what I mean by that is giving you the tools, techniques and tips so that you can use the thoughts you think, the words you speak or foods you eat, and the inspired actions you take in order to manifest your desires or your intentions. So as you can see, I am in a beautiful nature reserve. There are birds chirping everywhere. The sun is shining through the trees. It is gorgeous. It's such a haven when you live in London, just to get out so close to where I live too, just in nature, in the countryside, in where there's so many trees and all these little living beings are living their lives, and they're present here in the moment, and they're just being, and just being around this, it makes me happy. It definitely makes me happy. So you should head over to Google and check out whether there are any nature reserves near you, so you can be at one and you can understand just the peace and serenity of all living beings. It's beautiful. Now, a lot of people have a misconception about happiness. Either they feel that you are happy when you have lots of material possessions, and that seems to make you feel like you will become happy then when you own or when you have these material possessions, or people just don't believe that it's possible. So I want to let you know right here and right now that it is absolutely possible to be happy. And in this episode, I'm going to be taking you through a few exercises that's going to help you to get into that happiness state of mind. Little bug has now landed on my camera, so I really do feel at one with nature right now. Sometimes we can definitely feel, something happens in our external world and it can make us feel as though nothing is going right. It can make us feel as though everything's going to, down the poop drain, down the poop hole. Sometimes you speak to people around you who are equally as unhappy, and the information and the advice that they give to you is still resonating on that unhappy level. So if you take their advice and you listen to them and you complain further, then you may end up in a situation where you're in a bit of an unhappy cycle and it's harder to break free from it. So these exercises are going to help you to reframe when something happens, maybe some of the steps that you could take to get your mojo back, get that groove flowing again, get that smile planted across your face. So let's recap what we already know. So we know that everything's energy. These plants around me, these trees, the beautiful birds, the butterflies, us as humans, we're all energy. And the energy that we give out is equal to the energy that we'll receive back. So we create a cycle. So if we are giving out feelings of unhappiness, feelings of not being grateful for certain situations, not appreciating the moment, then guess what we're going to get in return? We're going to get the same back to us. We're going to feel more unhappy, more upset, more trapped in the cycle. So what we need to do is we have to shift our perspective. Now, this does not mean that you don't go ahead and resolve your problems, because absolutely you do that. But it does mean that we need to shift our resonance. We need to shift the way we're feeling. So the other issue when it comes to happiness is our belief system. So if we believe, and if we truly believe that we are abundant, that we deserve happiness, that it's easy for us to achieve happiness and to allow the happiness to flow through our entire being with great ease, then it'll flow through us and it'll happen automatically, and the smile will be, you'll have a resting smile face, as I like to call it. If you truly believe that you are not happy, that you cannot be happy based on your previous experiences in life, then you'll forever be trapped in that belief system. So if we want to truly believe that we are deserving of something, then affirmations can be something that could really help us to change our belief systems. Because belief systems are deep rooted within our subconscious, and they are the formula of our past experiences, our feelings, pain, suffering, our ego, all amalgamated together to make us feel as though if something has happened to you in the past, it'll happen to you again and again and again. And that needn't be the case. If something has happened to you in the past, that has happened so that you can experience it, you can learn, and you can grow from it. You don't have to repeat that cycle again. As long as you learn your lesson and go forth with your learnings, that needn't be a reality for you anymore. Exercise number 1. Now this exercise is going to help you realize what makes you happy, because a lot of the time people are not sure what makes them happy. They know the feeling when they feel it, and it feels fantastic, and because it feels so fantastic, getting to that point again almost seems impossible. But the word itself, impossible, says I am possible, so never forget that. So exercise number 1 is you're going to write down 3 things that make you happy. It could be your pet, could be your family, could be your friends, could be you doing something like mountain climbing, could be you out in nature. Whatever it is, I want you to write these 3 things down. Next to each of these things, I want you to write down why it makes you happy. So now you're starting to understand why something makes you happy, and you try to uncover what your heart and your soul really thrives on, because that's going to help you get to obtaining more of that wonderful feeling which you are entitled to. You are deserving of it. You are enough. Now it's up to you whether you want to go really deep into it or you want to be a bit more surface level. The deeper you go, then the more opportunity you have to really delve in with yourself. And remember, you don't need to do this with anyone. You can do it by yourself. So go as deep as you like. So for example, if you know that being with your partner makes you really happy, I want you to dig deep as to why it makes you happy. What you might actually find out is that they make you feel a certain way about yourself, and that's going to give you a big clue to these next exercises, but most importantly, how to be happy. Exercise number 2, how can you bring more of these things into your life? So if you love animals, absolutely adore them, and you know how happy they make you, but maybe you don't have the right space or environment currently to own an animal, why not volunteer somewhere? Why not donate? Why not create a product for an animal that will really help them? Why not look into your nearest animal sanctuary? Why not go on a traveling adventure to visit loads of animal sanctuaries and different animals? You know, think of all the different ways that you can bring more of this to your doorstep, and write those 3 things down. Exercise number 3. Who or what will get in your way? Now this question is very important because it's going to understand some of your limiting beliefs. It's going to understand who you think is your competition. Once we understand who these people are, or what these things are, then we're able to eradicate them from our lives because we know what they are. If we don't know and they're just forming anxieties within our thought process, then we'll never get to the underlying cause of what's giving us the unhappiness. Exercise number 4. Realize that it's your belief system. Now for this exercise, you don't need to write anything down, but you do need to realize that it's your belief system and your limiting belief systems that is causing you to believe that so-and-so or whatever it is in your way. They're not in your way. It's only your mind believing they're in your way, because if they got there in the first place, they'll be easy enough to take out. Mentally, that is. Exercise number 5. Now, we can see who our competition is, and we can also see what's in our way. So now I want you to write down affirmations that will change your belief systems. The more affirmations you write to change your belief systems, the easier it will be to really change them from the subconscious, from those deep-rooted feelings down beneath within every crevice of your being. And once you do, you will see this reflected in your outer world, in your physical reality. And then once you've done all of those 5 exercises, you're going to soon realize, and you're going to be able to put together the pieces. You're going to know what makes you happy, why it makes you happy, how you've eradicated anyone or anything to take away your happiness, and you're going to be in a state of flow with ease, and you're going to attract all these wonderful things into your life because you know what you want, and you know that you can have it now. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a pleasure being able to film this video for you in the beautiful, beautiful nature that we have all around us. We are so blessed. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, let me know 3 things that make you happy, and subscribe for more soul enriching content. Until next time, bye.